Hi everyone! Today I'll be making a sausage galette with zucchini, ricotta, and sage. I'll walk through this recipe with you in this video and explain how science plays a role in the making of the food along the way. So for the dough, I'm going to take 1¼ cups flour, 1 stick of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of kosher or sea salt, a 4th cup of cold water, and finally egg wash or cream. And in a large bowl, I'll combine flour, butter, sugar, and salt. I'm then going to pinch this mixture together with my fingertips until most of the big chunks of butter are flattened or broken up. Now our dough is ready for an addition of liquid. I'm pouring the cold water into our flour mixture and gently kneading and pinching the dough until it forms a rough ball. What's happening through this mixing process is called physical leavening. Various ingredients in our dough are helping make this process possible. The sugar we initially added works with the butter in a process known as creaming. As we pinch these ingredients together, the sharp sugar crystals incorporate tiny pockets of air into our solid fat, in this case the butter. This actually increases the volume of our dough. Alright, now that all the proper ingredients have been incorporated and kneaded together, I'm going to roll the dough into a ball and then flatten it into a disc. I'm wrapping it in plastic wrap and putting it in the fridge to chill for 10 to 15 minutes so that it doesn't shrink when we finally put it in the oven to bake. As we wait for our dough to chill, preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and let's prep the ingredients for the galette filling. I'm using a small zucchini, 8 ounces of vegan sausage, half a cup of ricotta, 3 to 4 sprigs of fresh sage, and salt and pepper. You're going to slice the zucchini, sausage, and sage. After the dough is done chilling and the filling ingredients are prepped, it's time for assembly. First, I'm going to flour my surface and roll out the chilled dough to a circle about 12 inches in diameter. Now, I'm gently placing the dough onto a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. I can now layer the ricotta, sausage, zucchini, and sage evenly to within about 2 inches of the outside edge. Feel free to get creative with your placement. Finally, I'm folding the edges of the dough over the filling and seasoning my galette with salt and pepper. For the last step, I'm going to brush the crust with egg wash. As I do this, the fat in the egg is coating the gluten strands, making them shorter and our dough more tender. It'll also improve the volume crumb and flakiness, contributing to flavor and mouthfeel in our final product. Now let's put it in the oven. I'm going to bake it for 50 to 60 minutes or until the crust is golden, and I'm going to rotate it halfway through the bake time. As our galette bakes in the oven, there's actually a lot going on that we can't see. The water in the dough is turning to gas, proteins are coagulating, the gluten is stretching and firming, sugar is reacting with proteins creating browning, and starches are gelatinizing. The methods of heat transfer occurring as our galette cooks in the oven are convection and conduction. Currents are circulating in the oven, transferring heat and cooking the surface of the galette. And the conduction is cooking the center of the galette as the heat is transferred from the surface to the center through direct contact. Although best enjoyed fresh, if you have leftovers, you should make sure they aren't left out for more than 2 continuous hours or 4 cumulative hours in the temperature danger zone. The temperature danger zone is in between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the temperature range where bacteria grows most readily. So once the galette is fully cooled and you're fully stuffed, make sure you remember to put it in the fridge.